The night is quiet now, soft and deep and slow. Outside, winter has wrapped the world in stillness. Snow rests over everything in a gentle, pale blanket. The air is cool and clean. The sky above is wide and clear and calm. A soft winter moon hangs overhead. Its light is gentle, not too bright, not too dim, just enough to wash the world in a silver, peaceful glow. Here in this quiet place, nothing is urgent. Nothing is pulling at you. Nothing needs to be done. For now, it is enough simply to be here. Feel how the day begins to fall away. All the noise, all the thoughts, all the little worries that tried to stay awake with you, they can soften now. They can fade into the distance like footsteps in fresh snow. The night is holding you the way snow holds a silent field, complete, untouched, safe. Imagine stepping gently into this winter night. You are wrapped in something warm and soft, the kind of warmth that makes your shoulders loosen without trying, the kind of comfort that lets your breath drop deeper in your chest. Above you, the winter moon glows steadily, patient, unhurried. It has been watching quiet nights like this for a very long time. It has seen many winters, many frozen lakes, many peaceful sleeping worlds. Let its calm light be with you now, soft along your skin, soft along your thoughts, as if moonlight could smooth them out, slow them down, lay them gently to rest. The air in this night is crisp, but it does not bite. It simply clears the space around you. It refreshes without demanding anything in return. You breathe in, and the coolness is clean and kind. You breathe out, and your body becomes a little heavier, a little more at ease. Somewhere nearby lies a wide frozen lake, stretching out under the moon. The surface is smooth and still, silent and strong beneath its icy shell. The snow settles over it like a soft white quilt. You do not need to move yet, not at all. Just knowing that the lake is there is enough for now. A peaceful place, waiting quietly in the silver light. Notice how your body is resting. The way it is supported, the way the weight of you is gently held. There is nowhere else you need to go. Nothing else you have to hold up. If any thoughts appear, they can be like faint clouds drifting across the moon. They pass by slowly. They change shape. They dissolve again into the dark blue sky. You do not need to reach for them or chase them. They can simply move on. Here under this winter moon, time softens. Minutes do not matter. Schedules do not matter. Only this quiet, only this breath, only this deep, safe stillness. Feel how the quiet begins at the edges of the night. Out over the lake, through the frozen fields, between the bare branches of sleeping trees, and slowly that same quiet moves toward you, drawing closer with every easy breath. It slips around your feet, it rises around your legs, it wraps around your chest, and your shoulders like a gentle shawl. The quiet settles over you, light and soft as falling snow. If your muscles are holding on to the day, they can let go now. The small ones around your eyes, the ones along your jaw, the ones at the back of your neck. They have worked enough. They are allowed to soften. The winter night is not asking anything of you. It does not need you to be strong or busy or alert. It only offers rest. It only offers this gentle space to breathe and slow down. Imagine you are standing at the edge of the frozen lake. Your feet are steady on the snowy ground. The world is very still, so still that you can almost hear the quiet itself. The moon spills its calm light over the plains of ice. Everything seems simple here. Snow, ice, moon, sky, breath. You are wrapped in warmth, watching the cool, peaceful world. No wind rushes, no loud sounds disturb the air, only the soft hush of winter night all around you. This is a place that understands rest. With each inhale, you breathe in that understanding. With each exhale, you release the weight of the day. In, out, slow, easy, unforced. Your thoughts can move like slow footsteps in snow, gentle, measured, quieted by the softness beneath them, and with every step, even the thoughts themselves grow fainter, quieter, farther away. Now, notice how safe it feels here. The lake is solid beneath its frozen surface. The sky is clear above. The moon is watching over everything with a soft, steady gaze. Nothing unexpected will come, nothing harsh, nothing sharp, only the familiar comfort of night, only the steady rhythm of your own breathing. If any part of you is still holding on, it can rest in this safety. If any part of you feels tired, it can lie down in this quiet. You are allowed to be exactly as you are, sleepy or not yet sleepy, calm or still unwinding. All of it is welcomed and wrapped in gentleness. The frozen lake plains stretch out, spacious and open. They give your mind room to breathe, room to drift, room to wander slowly without needing to arrive anywhere at all. Nothing here is crowded. Nothing here is demanding. Even your thoughts have space to loosen and float out across the wide, silver distance. The moon hangs above it all like a quiet promise that the night will last long enough for rest, long enough for deep sleep, long enough for everything inside you to settle. Notice the way your body feels now compared to when you began. Perhaps just a touch heavier, a bit more relaxed, your breath a little slower, your chest rising and falling with less effort. This is how the night holds you, little by little, breath by breath, softly, steadily, kindly. You are here, under the winter moon, surrounded by stillness, wrapped in warmth, safe on the edge of the sleeping lake. Nothing else is needed. Nothing else is missing. This quiet is enough. Allow yourself to rest in it, to sink into it, to float in the gentle glow of the moonlit plains. Thoughts drift away, the world grows softer at the edges. The night settles around you like a thick, cozy blanket. All that remains is calm. All that remains is ease. All that remains is this simple, peaceful breathing, slowly, quietly, into the waiting hush of winter. The night is open and quiet around you. Cool, clear air rests softly against your face, and the world feels wide and still. You stand at the edge of a winter landscape, wrapped in warm clothing. Layers of fabric hold a steady, gentle heat close to your body, so the cold does not bite. It only brushes your cheeks like a slow, careful whisper. Above, the sky is dark and soft, and the moon hangs there like a calm silver lantern. Ahead spreads the frozen lake. Its surface is broad and smooth, a pale sheet stretching into the distance. Moonlight settles over it in a quiet shimmer, a silver path laid out across the open space. Nothing presses you to move quickly. Time here feels slow and kind. You feel the firmness of the ground beneath your boots. Fresh snow lies over the shore, a clean, untouched layer waiting for the first step. The air holds that special winter stillness, where even the smallest sound seems gentle and clear. Your breath curls in front of you, white and soft, then fades into the night. For a moment, you simply stand. You notice the weight of your coat, the softness of the scarf around your neck, the warmth gathering in your gloves. Cold air wraps around you, but it cannot reach the safe, sheltered center of your body. There is a quiet balance here between the chill outside and the warmth you carry within. When you are ready, you shift your weight forward. Muscles in your legs respond with an easy, familiar strength. Your first boot presses down into the snow. The sound is slow and gentle, a soft crunch, delicate yet clear, as the snow gives way beneath your step. The feeling rises up through your foot, through the sole, and into your awareness, like a calm, grounded reminder that you are here in this moment, on this winter night. You bring your other foot forward. Another slow, careful crunch, quiet and satisfying. Each step leaves a small, clear imprint behind you, a simple trail that marks where you have come from without asking anything of you. The snow accepts your steps without resistance, just a peaceful, steady embrace. As you walk, the air around your face feels cool and clean. Each breath comes in, a little crisp and bright at the tip of your nose. Each breath flows out, warm and soft, drifting upward like a small private cloud in the moonlight. In and out. The rhythm is natural and easy. You begin to notice how safe it feels out here. The lake is wide, but not empty. It is full of space for your thoughts to settle, for your body to unwind. Silence covers everything like a gentle blanket, yet it never feels lonely. Ahead, the silver reflection of the moon stretches over the frozen surface. It glows in soft, broken patterns, catching on small ridges in the ice. Each tiny glimmer feels calm and far away, flickers of light that ask nothing from you. You are free simply to see them. Then let your gaze soften again. Your steps move from the packed snow of the shore toward the firmer surface of the frozen lake. You feel the change beneath your boots. Still, each movement is slow, steady, and secure. The ice is thick and strong beneath the thin dusting of snow, holding you with quiet confidence. The first few moments in the open space bring a gentle alertness. Your senses reach out, noticing the subtle sounds, the faint echoes of your footsteps across the vast surface. Your body listens, then quickly understands there is nothing to fear. Only space and calm, and the reassuring weight of solid ice beneath your feet. The cold air brushes against the small parts of you that are uncovered. It touches your cheeks, the tip of your nose, the line of your lips. Then you feel again how warmly you are wrapped, how protected your chest and back and arms are. A deep comfort spreads through you, knowing that you carry your own warmth into this open night. With each new step, your pace begins to slow. The world invites you to move more gently, more deliberately. Boot forward, quiet crunch, pause, a small breath in, a slower breath out. Your eyes take in the gentle glow around you. Snow on the far shore lies like soft white velvet under the moon. Dark shapes of trees stand quiet and still, guarding the lake with patient presence. They seem to watch over you without asking for attention, content to simply be there. The more you move across the frozen surface, the more you feel that you belong here. The night does not push you away, It opens around you, makes room for your slow steps, your easy breathing, your drifting thoughts. You are alone, yet there is a deep sense of companionship in the silence itself. Your mind, which might have been busy before, begins to soften at the edges. Thoughts that once felt sharp grow blurrier, like distant shapes behind a gentle snowfall. They are still there, but they do not crowd you. Here in this open winter space, they have room to fade back and quiet down. You notice the subtle comfort in each small movement, the bend of your knee as you lift your foot, the soft roll of your shoulders inside your coat, the way your arms hang, heavy and relaxed at your sides, cushioned by fabric and warmth. Every step onto the snow becomes its own simple event. Heel presses down, snow sighs beneath you, weight settles, body follows. Then the other foot moves, easy and slow. Nothing is rushed, nothing is forced. The cold no longer feels like something separate and sharp. It is just part of the air that moves around you, part of the quiet that fills this space. The warmth inside your clothing, inside your muscles, inside your chest, makes a gentle boundary. You stand in the middle of that balance, steady and safe. The distant shimmer of moonlight over the lake draws your gaze now and then. Sometimes you look straight ahead. Sometimes you let your eyes soften and drift over the patterns in the snow near your feet. Even when you are not looking at it, the silver reflection waits, calm and constant. All around, stillness deepens. The sounds of the world have faded to almost nothing. Only your footsteps and the slow, familiar rhythm of your breathing move through the quiet. This small music is enough. You begin to feel a gentle heaviness in your body, not from tiredness, but from relaxation. Muscles that once held a bit of tension now loosen. Your shoulders sink a little lower into the warm weight of your coat. Your jaw unclenches, your brow smooths, your hands rest more softly inside your gloves. Each breath now feels longer. Air comes in cool and clean, filling your chest with a soft, expanding ease. Air moves out, carrying with it any last bits of worry or restlessness that might still be lingering. Little by little, your whole being moves into the same calm, slow rhythm as your steps. You are free to pause whenever you like. Standing still on the lake, you can feel the wide, quiet space all around you. You might sense the solid ice beneath, the gentle weight of the sky above, the soft wrap of your clothes around your body. Everything holds you in a steady, peaceful balance. In this quiet winter night, being alone feels comforting. Not empty, not distant, just peaceful. The lake, the snow, the moon, and the soft air seem to surround you like kind, silent companions. You are perfectly safe here, perfectly allowed to rest inside this moment. You take another slow step, and then another, moving at whatever pace feels most natural. Each crunch in the snow grows softer in your awareness, like a sound heard through a warm, gentle haze. Your thoughts drift the way your breath drifts, easy and unhurried. Nothing needs to be done. Nothing needs to be solved. All that matters is this calm night, the silver moon, the wide frozen lake beneath your feet, and the quiet warmth wrapped around you. With every breath, with every slow step, the world becomes softer, quieter, more welcoming. You move through it peacefully, held by the winter stillness, as everything around you settles into deep, gentle silence. Snow lies in a soft, quiet blanket ahead, and the air feels even calmer here. Each breath moves in and out in an easy rhythm, like a slow tide of winter light. The land begins to open gently, and a pale shimmer spreads out in front. This is where the earth eases into the frozen lake, where everything becomes wider, slower, and more still. Steps grow a little smaller, a little more careful, as the ground changes underfoot. Snow here is slightly deeper, slightly smoother. It has settled over the shoreline like a quiet quilt, softening every shape, rounding every corner. Each footstep is muffled, tucked into the silence of this winter night. Ahead, shapes begin to appear beneath the snow. Snow-covered rocks rise like small sleeping islands along the edge of the shore. They peek through the white layer, gentle humps and curves, each one with its own quiet outline. A gloved hand reaches out toward the nearest one. The fabric brushes the surface of the snow, and it feels light and powdery at first. With a slow motion, the hand traces over the curve of the rock, brushing aside a thin veil of white. The sound is soft, a faint whisper of snow sliding against fabric. Beneath that top layer, the snow feels cooler, more compact, holding the memory of the day's chill. Fingers press gently, feeling how it resists, then yields just a little. Each small movement sends a few tiny crystals drifting down the side of the rock, catching what little light there is. The rocks form a loose line, half buried in snow, following the curve of the shoreline. Some are rounded, some a little more jagged, softened now by the blanket over them. Walking slowly along, the hand moves from one to the next, tracing their shapes, feeling the way each one anchors the edge of the land. Around the rocks, patches of snow have been drifted by the wind into subtle waves. They rise and fall in small, gentle ridges, like a frozen echo of water. Boots sink softly into them, leaving quiet, rounded footprints that quickly fill with stillness again. The world here feels muted, almost as if wrapped in layers of wool. Far away, a distant sound reaches across the frozen space. It might be a faint creak from deep within the ice, a long, slow sigh from the lake itself. The sound drifts over, thin and soft, then fades into the quiet again. Standing at the edge, the stillness of the lake plains stretches out, wide and calm. The ice lies unbroken, a smooth distance that seems to go on and on. Yet it is quiet, not demanding, just waiting there in peaceful silence. The air carries only the gentlest of noises, a tiny rustle of dry winter grass at the edge of the snow, the faintest brush of fabric as arms move close to the body. Even breathing feels hushed, as though the night is listening with care. Near the rocks, small reeds and grasses poke up through the snow. They are thin and delicate, each blade holding a tiny crust of frost. Crystals cling to them, turning every stem into a fine, icy thread. They bow slightly under the weight, graceful and patient. When a light breeze moves across the shoreline, they sway with it, slow and careful. Frost sparkles along their edges, and a soft, sandy whisper comes from where they touch each other. A hand reaches toward one of the reeds, moving slowly so as not to disturb too much. Fingers, warm and safe, inside the glove, lightly nudge the frozen stem. It bends and springs back with a gentle resistance, sending a faint scatter of frost drifting down. The tiny pieces land silently on the snow below and disappear into its softness. Closer to the ground, small tufts of grass sit half covered, their tips frosted white. Snow has settled in their centers like quiet nests. These little details at the shoreline make the space feel tender and alive, even in the deep rest of winter. The longer the eyes rest on these small things, the quieter everything feels inside. Each tiny reed, each snow-dusted rock, each faint trace of old footprints or animal tracks invites the mind to slow down, to linger with one thing at a time. Just standing here at the meeting place of land and lake brings a gentle sense of being held between two spaces. Behind, the land with its familiar, solid weight. Ahead, the broad, frozen plains, stretching out into mystery and calm. The shoreline itself feels like a soft threshold, a resting place between what is known and what is open and wide. Listening more closely, more subtle sounds appear. Far across the ice, there might be another long, low creek, like the lake turning slightly in its sleep. Somewhere nearby, a tiny crackle comes from a brittle stem of grass. Snow shifts a fraction under a boot, sighing as it settles again. These sounds rise and fall at the edge of hearing, never sharp, never sudden. They move in slow waves through the cold air, leaving long stretches of silence between them. In those pauses, the quiet feels almost like a soft presence, wrapping gently around skin, around thoughts, around every breath. The body responds to that quiet without needing to try. Shoulders ease, dropping just a little. The jaw loosens, the forehead smooths. Breath flows more slowly, filling and emptying the chest with calm regularity. Looking along the shoreline, the snow seems to blend gently with the frozen lake. There is no sharp line, only a gradual smoothing, where rocks become fewer and snow drifts out over the ice. Each step toward that place feels unhurried, as if the land itself is saying, "Take your time." A pause comes naturally. Feet come to rest near a low rock, half buried, curved like a small pillow under the snow. Hands fold or slip into pockets, and the body simply stands, feeling the firmness of the earth beneath and the vast stillness of the ice just ahead. Here in this quiet borderland, thoughts grow softer around the edges. Nothing needs to be figured out. Nothing needs to be done. The mind can simply notice the coolness of the air at the tip of the nose, the warmth gathered inside the coat, the gentle weight of gravity pulling down through boots into the ground. The distant creak of the lake becomes almost like a lullaby, slow and low. The reeds answer with their tiny movements, adding the lightest of rustling notes. Snow holds everything else, absorbing sound, dimming each noise until it feels part of a soft, steady hush. Time seems to stretch out here, long and unbroken. Moments blend with one another like overlapping ripples that slowly smooth back into still water. Each breath is another step into that smoothness, into an easier, deeper quiet. Standing at this frozen shoreline, with the calm land behind and the wide plains ahead, the whole world seems to rest. The night holds its calm, the snow holds its softness, and the lake holds its long, slow sleep. Inside, the same stillness gathers and settles. Thoughts drift, then grow lighter. The body feels safe, grounded on the shore, and gently drawn toward the wide, peaceful silence that waits over the ice. In this gentle meeting place, where everything is softened by winter, awareness can simply float on the quiet and slowly, steadily sink deeper into the hush of the frozen edge. Snow hushes the world around you. The last touch of the forest path fades behind, and the soft, open quiet of the lake waits ahead. Cold air drifts around your face, clean and still. Each breath moves slowly in and out, a calm, steady tide in your chest. The night holds everything in a gentle, silver glow, smooth and soft. Time seems to stretch out here, loose and unhurried. At the edge where snow meets ice, you pause. Your boots stand in the shallow powder, and just ahead, the snow thins and smooths. The frozen lake lies in front of you, pale and wide, reaching out under the calm winter sky. It feels like standing at the border of a quiet, endless room, peaceful and waiting. You take another slow breath. Cool air enters, then slips away, again easy and unforced. The stillness of the lake meets the stillness inside you. Nothing asks you to hurry. Nothing pulls you forward or back. You are simply here, held in this gentle winter night. Your gaze rests on the surface in front of you. The ice is smooth and light, with a soft, muted shine. It looks calm and sure, stretching in a long, quiet sweep from shore to distant darkness. Beneath its surface, the water sleeps in deep, unmoving peace. Above, the quiet sky leans down, watching over everything. You feel the snow under your heels. You feel the promise of the ice just ahead. Both are firm, both are steady. Both are carrying you without effort. Slowly, you shift your weight forward. One warm boot lifts from the snowy shore. The moment hangs, gentle, easy, unhurried. Then the sole of your boot meets the frozen surface for the first time. At once, the feeling of the lake rises up to meet you. Not sharp, not brittle, but dense and strong and clear. The ice is cold through the layers of your boot, yet it feels sure, like solid ground, listening calmly to your step. You let your weight rest there, just a little at first, testing, feeling. The surface does not waver, it does not bend or shift. It simply holds, quiet and unwavering beneath you. You breathe out, long and gentle. Your other foot follows, leaving the thin blanket of snow and finding that same smooth, firm strength. Now both boots rest on the frozen lake, planted and stable. The shore is just behind you, close enough to touch with a step. Yet already it feels distant, as if you have crossed into a softer, quieter world. For a moment, you stand very still. Your body notices the new feeling beneath you. The space is wider here, the world opening out in all directions. Yet under your feet, everything is steady and calm. You let your knees soften a little, not rigid, just loose and easy. Your shoulders relax and drop. Hands rest by your sides or tucked warmly into your coat. Warmth gathers around your chest and back, held gently by your clothes, sealed in by the cold air outside. Again, you notice your breathing. In, slow and smooth. Out, even slower. like a long, gentle sigh that does not need to be heard. Each breath feels like another small step into ease. Then, when you are ready, you move. Your weight shifts slightly onto one foot. The other glides a calm half step ahead, the sole tracing a soft line over the ice. Boot touches down again, firmly, without strain. The lake holds you just as strongly as before. A faint, muted sound rises with the step, a quiet tap that echoes through the open space and then fades into silence. It is not loud, not sharp, just a distant, soft reply from the frozen surface beneath you. A simple, reassuring note. You bring the back foot forward now. Another step. Another gentle, muffled tap. Again, that steady, unmoving strength meets you through your boots, as dependable as the earth itself. With each step, your trust deepens. The first careful question in your body begins to melt away. The lake answers you over and over. Through every contact, I am here, I am solid, I am strong enough to hold you. You walk a little farther from the shore. The snowy edge slips quietly behind you. The space around you feels wider now, but not empty. It feels full of quiet, full of calm, full of soft silver light, and the deep sleeping water held safe below. Your footsteps find a slow, even rhythm. Step and settle, step and settle. Each movement simple, unforced, each one followed by stillness that stretches pleasantly between. The more you move, the more natural it feels. Your feet begin to glide a little with each step, almost like a slow, easy slide over glass. Not hurried, not far, just a gentle, smoothing motion. The friction softens, and you move with the surface instead of against it. You notice how your body adjusts without effort. Tiny muscles in your ankles respond to the smallest change. Your balance rises through your legs, through your hips, through the quiet center of your body. Everything lines up with the calm, flat plane of the lake. Each time you shift your weight from one foot to the other, you feel the frozen strength beneath you, wide and deep. It feels like standing on a great, quiet breath that never ends. You are carried by something far larger than you, yet it holds you in such a gentle, personal way. Your mind may drift for a moment to the vastness under the ice, the deep, still water, the long, dark distance to the far shore. If that thought appears, you greet it softly, like a bird passing overhead, and then return to the simple truth in your souls, firm, stable, calm. The ice does not ask you to think about it. It just continues to support you, silently, step after step. Your attention rests again on the feeling of the boots, the way warmth stays gathered around your feet while the solid cold presses up from below. Two opposites gently meeting, perfectly balanced. You keep moving forward in your own time. Nothing urges you to go faster. You might take very small steps, letting each one be its own quiet event. Or you might lengthen them slightly, floating a little more with each glide, enjoying the smoothness under your feet. The steady, repeated motion begins to soothe your thoughts, like watching slow waves or listening to a distant lullaby. The rhythm of walking calms the mind. Step and soften, step and soften. Your awareness sinks deeper into that pattern, simple and kind. Your arms hang loose now, easy and unburdened. Your jaw is relaxed. The back of your neck feels long and comfortable. From the crown of your head all the way down your spine, through your hips and legs, you sense one long, unbroken line of ease. Any small tension that might still linger in your body begins to melt quietly away. Perhaps a tightness in your shoulders releases as you exhale. Perhaps your lower back feels a little more supported with each sure step. The frozen lake beneath you takes the weight, and your muscles no longer need to hold so tightly. The quiet around you feels deeper now, like a soft blanket spread across everything. Your footsteps are the only clear sounds in this wide winter world, and even they are gentle. Each one fades almost as soon as it arrives, leaving behind a pool of silence that feels safe and kind. You notice how much you are being held by your warm clothing, by the calm air that doesn't push or pull, by the broad, steady ice beneath your boots. Everything supports you, layer by layer, with no effort from you at all. Your trust in the frozen surface has settled into something quiet and steady. You no longer wonder if it is strong enough. You simply know it, in your bones, in the relaxed curve of your shoulders, in the slow, even swing of your steps. The lake feels like a gentle friend now, walking with you in silence. It moves under you without moving at all, sharing its deep stillness through the soles of your feet. You glide easily over it, cradled by its strength. With each breath, your body grows heavier in a pleasant way, comfortable and grounded. Heavier, yet lighter in spirit, as though all the unneeded thoughts and worries have slipped down through your feet into the vast calm below, where they dissolve into the quiet. You walk on, unhurried, step after step, breath after breath, carried by the same simple rhythm, stable, steady, at ease. Nothing more is needed here, just the soft sound of your feet on the ice, the deep, reassuring strength beneath you, and the gentle, drifting calm that continues to spread through your whole being. As the night settles even more deeply and everything grows softer, quieter, and very, very still, the quiet around the frozen lake has deepened now. The air feels still and open, like a held breath that will never quite be released. Above, the night sky is clear and calm, a dark winter canvas spread wide from horizon to horizon. Moonlight pours down in a soft, steady glow, touching everything with a gentle, silver calm. Your awareness begins to widen, slowly and easily. It moves out from wherever you are resting and drifts across the open expanse of the plains. The frozen surface stretches far in every direction, a broad and peaceful distance of snow and ice. Nothing is pressing in here. Nothing is asking anything of you. There is only space and light and quiet. Moonlight rests on the frozen lake in a long, silver path. It begins near your feet and reaches far out across the plains, like a soft bridge made of light. The reflection shimmers faintly, as if it is breathing in its own slow, sleepy rhythm. Every small movement of air, every shift in the ice, bends the moon's reflection just a little. It never hurries. It simply stretches on and on, calmly glowing across the distance. As your gaze follows that silver path, time feels slower. The mind loosens gently in the wide space between one thought and the next. You do not need to reach the end of the light, and you do not need to turn away from it. You are simply here with it, sharing this long, shining stillness. Around the silver path, the rest of the ice lies in soft shadow. The moonlight glides over it like a quiet hand smoothing a blanket. The surface is mostly pale and still, but not completely flat. Small ridges of snow catch the light at certain angles, forming gentle waves that roll away into the distance. They look like the memory of water, frozen in mid-motion, calm and perfectly at rest. The snow itself glitters faintly. Tiny crystals, scattered across the plains, catch the moon's glow in delicate sparks. They appear and disappear as you breathe, as if the night is blinking very slowly. Each shimmer is brief and soft, never bright enough to disturb the calm. They are like small, quiet stars that have chosen to rest on the ground instead of the sky. As you let your attention drift over those tiny points of light, the world feels both very large and very gentle. You are surrounded by space, and yet everything that meets your senses is soft and kind. No sharp edges, no rush, just the steady rhythm of breath and the slow glimmer of snow in the moonlight. The air has a clear, cool taste. It is crisp but not harsh. Each inhale feels fresh and clean, as if it has been sifted through miles of silent winter sky. With every breath out, something inside loosens a little more, as though tension is quietly melting into the night. Breath and moonlight blend together into the same feeling of ease. Far away, where the plains meet the sky, a line of dark trees rests along the horizon. They stand together in a soft, shadowy band, steady and calm. From this distance, no single branch stands out. They are simply a gentle border between the bright openness of the frozen lake and the deeper darkness of the forest beyond. Their presence is comforting, like a quiet group of guardians keeping watch at the edge of the world. If you let your eyes rest there, on that distant line of trees, you might feel something inside you settle. They do not move, they do not call for attention. They only stand, patient and unchanging, as the moon climbs slowly above them. The world may turn, seasons may come and go, but for this long, peaceful moment, they are only here, holding the horizon in place. The sky above them is a soft, deep shade, wide and open. The moon hangs there, calm and bright, but not harsh. Its light feels like a quiet promise that the night is kind and that everything can slow down. Stars scatter gently around it, small and far away, adding to the sense of endless height and space. That space reaches outward forever, and yet it also wraps around you like a shelter. As you rest within this scene, you may notice how very small you feel compared to the vast plains and the high sky. But it is not an uncomfortable smallness. It is the kind that takes weight away from the shoulders and quiets the thoughts that used to feel so large. Here, being small means being safe inside something wide and gentle. There is nothing to push against, nothing to solve, just the soft comfort of belonging to this open, silent place. The frozen lake lies beneath you like a great, steady presence, solid, unmoving, serene. It has accepted the winter cold without resistance and has become something smooth and strong. This strength is quiet, not loud or hard. It is the kind of strength that simply is, asking for nothing and promising nothing, just offering a calm support under everything that rests upon it. Snow, ice, trees, sky, and moon. They all share the same slow rhythm. You can almost feel it, like a gentle pulse running through the whole landscape. It is not a sound exactly, more like a sense that the night is breathing with you. You inhale, and the plains seem to grow a little wider. You exhale, and the light on the ice seems to soften and sink deeper into stillness. Your thoughts slow to match this rhythm. Ideas pass by faintly, like distant shadows at the tree line. They appear for a moment, then blend back into the wider darkness without effort. The mind does not need to hold onto them. It can simply watch them drift and feel the open space that remains. The longer you rest here, the more familiar this openness becomes. It is no longer just a landscape around you. It feels like a wide, clear space inside you as well. The silver path of the moon on the ice could be the path of your own quiet awareness, stretching softly through the mind. Each tiny sparkle in the snow could be a small, gentle feeling of ease, rising and fading, with no need to be named. Somewhere far away, at the edge of hearing, the world continues, with its small, distant sounds. Perhaps the faintest creak of ice as it settles deeper into the cold. Perhaps a quiet whisper of wind moving across the surface of the plains. They are all low and far, softened by distance and snow. Nothing breaks the hush. Everything folds back into the same deep calm. You are held here by the wide winter night, by the pale light that smooths every shape, by the cool air that clears the mind and softens the body, by the horizon that rests like a dark, gentle arm around the edges of the frozen lake. No part of you needs to be anywhere else. No part of you needs to do anything more than exist in this gentle silence. The plains reach out, the sky opens up, and the moon pours its soft light across the ice, again and again, in a quiet, endless motion. Breath moves slowly. The body grows heavier, more relaxed, more at ease. Thoughts thin out like clouds drifting across a clear winter sky, leaving more and more open space behind them. Moonlight, snow, and stillness blend together until all that remains is a deep, soft feeling of calm. And in that calm, surrounded by the quiet sweep of the frozen lake plains, under the gentle winter moon, everything inside can rest, with nothing to hurry and nothing at all to disturb the slow, peaceful night. The night is quiet and clear. The wide frozen plains stretch out in every direction, calm and still under the winter sky. The world feels open and spacious, yet soft and gentle at the same time. The air here has its own slow, peaceful voice, cool, delicate, and steady. It moves across the frozen lake in long, quiet currents, like a soft breath passing over glass. Nothing rushes, nothing asks for effort. Notice how the winter air touches the skin, a cool brush across the cheeks, a faint tingle at the tip of the nose, a soft edging of chill around the lips and ears. Not harsh, not biting, just clear and clean and light. Each breath brings that quiet clarity in. Inhale, and the air glides through the nose, fresh and cool. Exhale, and it leaves a little warmer, carrying away the weight of the day. Breath by breath, the body begins to feel a little lighter, a little more at ease. Up here on the frozen plains, the air has space to wander. Far away, a small breeze begins to move. It slips over the snow and ice, gliding in long, slow waves. By the time it reaches this place, it has softened. Only the gentlest whisper remains. Feel how that whispering breeze brushes past. It does not push, it does not pull. It simply passes by, like a friendly presence, drifting close, then moving on. A cool hand smoothing over the landscape, steady and kind. As it moves, the air wraps around the body in an easy, shifting embrace. The front of the body feels the first touch, the cheeks, the eyelids, the forehead, then the sides, then the back, as the breeze slowly flows around, like water around a stone in a clear, shallow stream. Notice the rhythm that begins to form between the breath and the breeze. Inhale, and the chest rises a little, meeting the coolness. Exhale, and the shoulders soften, letting the air drift past, unhurried. Inhale, cool and pure. Exhale, warm and relaxed. With each out-breath, a small cloud appears in the night air, a soft pale puff drifting from the lips. It blooms for a moment, then fades gently into the darkness. Here, then gone, like a quiet thought released, then forgotten. Watch these small clouds come and go. Slow, easy breath in. Slow, effortless breath out. A tiny cloud forms, then melts away, as if the winter air is gladly taking each exhale and dissolving it into the open sky. Every breath out gives something back to the night. The body lets go of warmth that is no longer needed. It lets go of tension that has finished its work. It lets go of worries that do not belong here. The winter air receives it all, then spreads it wide and thin until it disappears. Feel how the shoulders respond. On the inhale, they lift just a little. On the exhale, they fall, as if the wind is gently pressing them downward in the softest, kindest way. Again, slow breath in, slow breath out, and with each cycle, the shoulders rest a bit deeper. The neck loosens, the muscles around the jaw grow quiet. The air cools the lips, the tongue rests heavy and relaxed. Even the tiny muscles around the eyes let go, soothed by the faint touch of the cold. The winter night holds everything in its gentle, steady chill. The frozen plains feel like a vast cradle of ice and snow. The air above them moves in long, unbroken waves, rocking slowly from one horizon to the other. You are here, right in the center of that wide, calm space, surrounded, sheltered, and held by the simple movement of the cold night air. When the breeze passes, it brings a sense of clearing, as if it brushes the surface of the mind the way it brushes the surface of the lake. It glides over any leftover thoughts, over any echoes of the day, smoothing them flat. Thoughts become like thin lines in the snow, softly blurred, then carried away. In this stillness, every sound is small and far away, perhaps just the faintest hiss of wind over the ice, a delicate sigh as it slips past frozen reeds at the shoreline. Each sound is soft, stretched out, and lulls the senses into deeper calm. Breathing here feels easy and natural. The body knows how to match the rhythm of the moving air. Inhale slowly, as if drawing in the quiet of the plains. Exhale slowly, as if giving the body's weight to the night. Letting the earth and the ice hold it all, the chest rises and falls with that gentle, rocking pace, like a small boat on a silent, frozen sea that remembers the motion of waves. Up a little on the inhale, down a little on the exhale, over and over, the simplest, most familiar motion in the world. With every cycle of breath, the winter air feels more like a soft blanket than a chill. It strokes the skin, then moves on, never clinging, never heavy. Each touch seems to say, you can rest now. You can let go a little more. Notice how warmth collects inside, even as the air outside stays cool and clear. A gentle heat gathers in the chest, in the belly, deep in the core. The contrast is soothing. Cool air on the surface, quiet warmth within. Together, they create a feeling of perfect balance. The more the body relaxes, the more the air seems to move in harmony with it. A slow breath out, and the wind seems to lean in, carrying away what is no longer needed. A slow breath in, and the breeze feels lighter, calmer, as if it has returned with nothing left for you to hold. The frozen plains beneath are silent and strong. They support every ounce of weight without effort. Above, the air drifts with its own calm certainty. Between them, you rest, gently cradled, as if the whole landscape has become a quiet bed of snow and sky. Let the winter air wrap around the back, along the spine, over the shoulders. Feel how it cools the skin while the muscles beneath grow softer and heavier. Each tiny movement of air is like a slow, soothing stroke, encouraging everything to loosen and sink. Breath by breath, the edges of the body feel less sharp. The line between skin and air blurs a little, then a little more. The body and the winter night begin to move together in one calm, shared rhythm. Slow breath in, slow breath out. Clouds of breath appearing and fading, thoughts appearing and fading, all with the same gentle ease. The mind does not need to do anything here. It can simply follow the feel of the air, cool on the inhale, softly warm on the exhale, again and again, until the pattern feels as natural as the beating of the heart. As the breeze quiets even more, the night seems to lean closer, calm and kind. The cold is not unfriendly. It is clear, simple, honest. It holds you the way the plains hold the moonlight, easily, without demand. For a while, let everything be this simple. Winter air on skin, breath moving in and out, the body growing heavier and more peaceful with every passing moment. The wide, frozen lake rests beneath. The whispering air moves above. You are gently held between them, rocked by the slow rise and fall of your own breathing, carried deeper into stillness by each soft, cooling touch of the winter night. And everything grows very quiet. The night around you is wide and open and very still. The frozen lake stretches out like a quiet plain, pale under the soft glow of the moon. Each step rests gently on the snow and ice, a small steady sound in all this silence. The air is cool and clear, and your breath moves in and out in an easy, unhurried rhythm. For a while, it has felt as though you are the only one awake in this winter world. Just you, the slow crunch beneath your feet, and the soft light above. The sky feels kindly and high, the landscape calm and simple. Nothing asks anything of you here. You can just move and breathe and drift through the quiet. As you walk, your eyes begin to wander toward the far edges of the lake. The dark line of the distant shore rests like a low shadow against the sky. At first, it seems completely still and empty. Then very gently, something changes. One small point of light appears, a tiny warm glow against the dark. You might almost miss it at first, but as your gaze settles, it becomes clearer. A quiet little star, not in the sky, but resting low, where earth and water meet. You pause, letting your body become still on the ice. The snow beneath your feet holds you with a firm, soft presence. You feel the gentle weight of your body, held safely by the frozen lake. Your breath moves slowly, calmly, as you look toward that faint, distant glow. A moment later, another light shows itself, then another, a little to the side. Far along the shoreline, small windows shine like tiny embers in the night. They are scattered and patient, a loose, sleepy pattern of warmth. You stand there in the open quiet and simply look. The lights are very far away, but their softness reaches you all the same. Some might be from cabins tucked among snowy trees. Some might belong to a small village resting along the shore. Some might only be a single window in a solitary house, shining gently into the cold. Each little glow suggests a story. Behind one light, perhaps, a fire is crackling slowly in a stone fireplace. A thick blanket might be spread across a sofa. Someone could be sitting there, wrapped in warmth, eyelids heavy, letting the quiet evening sink in. Behind another light, there might be a small kitchen table, a mug cooling beside a gentle hand, a lamp casting a soft circle of gold on worn wood. Someone might be leaning back, relaxed and safe, feeling the day finally fall away. In another window, a bedroom might be dim and peaceful. The light turned low, just enough to draw a gentle line around the room. Sheets pulled up, a pillow shaped to a resting head. Someone already drifting toward sleep. Their breathing slow and even, their body loose and heavy with comfort. You do not need to know exactly who is there. It is enough to feel the idea of them. Quiet lives, moving calmly through these hours of night. People tucked safely into their own small worlds of warmth and softness. The lake around you feels even more peaceful now. You are standing in the deep stillness, but you are not separate from these distant lights. They are like gentle markers, reminding you that warmth and safety exist, even when they are far away. You and those silent homes share the same night, the same sky, the same slow passing of time. You might imagine the faint glow of those windows reflected on the snow near the shore. The light seeping out in a soft halo, resting on the ground. Inside, someone might be turning down a lamp. Another might be placing a log on the fire, watching the flames settle into a slow, steady burn. Somewhere, a pet might be curled at the foot of a bed, chest rising and falling in easy sleep. Somewhere else, a child lies under a thick quilt, dreaming softly. In another home, someone sits quietly in a favorite chair, simply listening to the hush of the house, grateful for the quiet. All of them held within walls that keep out the wind and hold in the warmth. You continue to stand there on the lake, body relaxed, shoulders soft. The cold air brushes your face, but it feels gentle now, not sharp. You know that if you wished, you too could step into a warm, safe room. You are part of the kind human world that glows along that shore. A soft feeling of connection begins to spread through your chest. It is not loud or excited. It is quiet, like the snow. A tender awareness that other hearts are beating through this same night. Other minds are softening. Other bodies letting go, just as you are. The lights on the shore gleam steadily, small but sure. They do not rush. They do not flicker with urgency. They simply shine, calm and patient, like gentle promises in the dark. For a moment, you might picture yourself inside one of those cozy rooms. Perhaps you imagine a wooden floor warmed by a nearby fire, thick socks on your feet, or bare toes curling into a soft rug, a blanket wrapped around your shoulders, weighty and comforting, as you listen to the quiet hum of a resting house. Maybe you imagine the sound of a kettle gently cooling on the stove, the faint scent of something simple and sweet hanging in the air, a book half open on a table, forgotten for now because your eyes are too heavy to read, the room dim, the light kind, everything slowing down. As you stand here on the lake, the line between your body and that imagined warmth grows softer. Even if you are not there physically, your mind can rest for a moment in that cozy space. You can feel how it would be to be fully sheltered and held. Nothing required of you at all. Just breathing, just resting, just existing in a room made for ease. Then, letting that image float gently in the background, your attention returns to the present moment, to the firm surface beneath your feet, to the quiet stretch of frozen lake around you, to the soft, scattered lights along the dark shore. You notice how your breathing has slowed, how your thoughts have become simple and easy, like small ripples fading on still water. The sense of being alone out here has changed. The solitude is still here, gentle and wide, but now it is wrapped in a feeling of belonging. You are held between two kinds of comfort: the vast, open calm of the winter night, and the warm, unseen comfort of many small homes glowing softly in the distance. Both are here with you, sharing this quiet. You take another slow breath in, feeling the coolness fill your chest, and then let it flow out again, long and unhurried. With each breath, you settle a little more into this peaceful place, supported by the steady ice, watched over by the moon, quietly accompanied by those faraway lights. For a few more moments, you simply stand and gaze toward the shore. You do not need to move or decide anything. The world can be simple like this: cold air, soft snow, gentle light, and the quiet awareness of others resting safely nearby. The thought brings a tender ease to your heart. You are part of a larger, kind world, even when you cannot see all of it. Even when you are surrounded by silence, you are never truly apart. Those distant windows, glowing gently through the dark, are like small reminders that warmth, care, and comfort exist and are always closer than they seem. You linger in this feeling as the night stretches softly around you, breath slow, body loose and heavy, mind calm and quiet, like the still surface of the frozen lake. The lights on the shore keep shining, steady and small, as the silence deepens. You let the comfort of them sink down through you, settling into a deep, peaceful calm, and everything grows very quiet and very soft all around. The night has grown even quieter now. The air feels slower, softer, as if it is taking a long, deep, peaceful breath. Above, the sky holds a pale, steady moon. Its light rests on the frozen lake plains in a calm, silvery glow. Each inhale feels cool and clean. Each exhale moves out into the stillness, gentle and unhurried. Somewhere high overhead, the first snowflake begins to fall. It drifts down so slowly, it almost seems to hover. Then another follows, and another, silent and light, like tiny pieces of winter cloud coming to rest. The sky is no longer just dark and clear. It has begun to loosen, to soften, as the snow unfolds from above. In the moonlight, the flakes show themselves for a moment. As they pass through the light, you might notice how they appear, then fade, then appear again, catching just enough glow to shimmer before they melt into shadow. Each flake has its own slow path, wandering gently back and forth on the quiet air. Nothing rushes. The world has time for every single drifting fall. Around the frozen lake, the plains are changing. The dark, smooth surface of the ice is taking on a light dusting of white. The path that has carried you along the shore is beginning to blur at the edges. Footprints that once looked sharp and clear now soften, becoming pale impressions under the settling snow. You might feel the faint, almost tickling touch of snowflakes on your face. They land on your cheeks, on your eyelashes, on the curve of your nose, and then quietly melt into warmth. A few gather on the shoulders of your coat or along the edge of your scarf. You notice the softest little tap as they arrive, like the light brush of feathers, here and gone. The air carries that special stillness that comes only with falling snow. Sounds from far away grow hushed and distant. The world seems to draw a blanket around itself, thick and soft. Even your own movements seem quieter now, absorbed by the gentle white that is beginning to cover everything. As you stand here by the lake, you can watch the snow deepen little by little. The ice that once shone with the exact reflection of the sky now looks velvety and smooth. A fine layer of powder spreads outward, covering frozen ripples, tiny cracks, and every detail of the path. The landscape, which was already calm, now feels dreamlike and tender, as if it is tucking itself in for the night. Every snowflake falls in its own slow motion. You can almost follow one with your eyes as it appears high above, dances in a soft curve, and then comes to rest on the ground. Another glides past your sleeve and lands with the slightest whisper. The rhythm of the snowfall is unhurried and steady, like a lullaby made of white silence. Footprints that once showed each step clearly are slowly fading. The sharp edges round off, leaving only gentle shapes beneath the fresh snow. A few more moments, and they will be gone, folded into the smooth blanket that stretches behind you. It feels as if the day itself is being softened, its traces tucked away, leaving only the quiet of this moment. As the path blurs, any thoughts of where you have been begin to blur as well. Memories of busy hours, bright lights, and quick conversations fall back, like footsteps disappearing behind drifting flakes. Here on the sleeping lake plains, only the now truly matters. Just the slow fall of snow, the patient glow of the moon, and the easy rhythm of your own breathing. The snowfall thickens a little, but it still stays light and gentle. Flakes spiral lazily, crossing and circling each other in the cold night air. Some seem in no hurry at all, hanging for a moment before finally settling. It is like watching tiny stars decide where to land. Your coat gathers a fine layer of white along the sleeves and shoulders. The brim of a hat or the edges of a hood catch a delicate fringe of snow. Every few breaths, you might gently brush it away, feeling the soft sweep of your hand and the faint sound of crystals sliding off the fabric. Even that small motion is slow and easy, in harmony with the pace of the night. Around you, the plains open wide and quiet. Grass that once peeked through the ice and frost now hides under a light cover of powder. Small mounds and dips in the land smooth out, becoming rounded and mild. The snow is making everything simpler, softer, kinder to the eye and to the heart. The lake itself seems to exhale under its new cover. The ice is thick and strong, but the snow softens its look so that it no longer seems hard and glassy. Instead, it appears like a long sheet of gentle white silk, laid out beneath the sky. The horizon grows less sharp, edges blending into one another, until land and ice and air are all connected by the same quiet color. As you walk, if you choose to take a slow step, your feet move through a light, powdery layer. Your footfalls sound different now, muffled and muted. Each step is a soft press and release, leaving a shape that will soon fade as more flakes drift down. The sound is so gentle that it almost blends into the silence, barely more than a sigh against the snow. The more the snow falls, the more the world feels wrapped and held. Trees at the edge of the plains carry thin lines of white along their branches. Fence posts, rocks, and frozen tufts of grass each hold a little cap of snow. like quiet, contented thoughts resting in place. Nothing feels sharp or cold in a harsh way. Everything is softened, as though the night is being padded with comfort. Breathing is easy in air like this. Coolness fills the chest with each inhale, and warmth flows out with each exhale. The slow pace of the snowfall encourages your own rhythm to slow too. Thoughts settle like snowflakes finding a place to rest. Feelings that may have once been restless now drift down and grow quiet. The sky above glows gently with the moon, and the falling snow softly catches that light. Sometimes the flakes seem almost invisible until they pass through a beam of moonlight, turning bright for a heartbeat, then fading again. It is a soft, quiet kind of magic, one that asks nothing, demands nothing, only offers a gentle show of endless, peaceful motion. Up and down, near and far, the night is full of these tiny, silent journeys. With each moment that passes, the sense of time stretches. Minutes feel like long, calm spaces, easy and unbroken. Nothing needs to happen quickly here. The snow teaches slowness, teaches patience, shows how beautiful it can be to simply drift and settle. The plains are becoming a single, unbroken field of white now. Where once you could see every line and detail, there is instead a smooth, soft sweep that goes on and on. It is comforting, like a vast, quiet blanket spread across the world. Underneath, the land rests. Above, the sky watches over in silence. The path behind you is almost gone from view, hidden under the fresh snow. Only the faintest shadows remain where footsteps used to be. Soon even those will vanish, leaving the surface untouched, open, and pure. The past steps do not need to be carried anymore. They can be given to the snow, to be softened and gently erased. Here in this drifting moonlit snowfall, the body can finally relax. Shoulders may lower a little. The jaw can loosen. The forehead can smooth. Every small part of you can respond to the slow, steady rhythm of the flakes, copying their ease, their willingness to simply fall and rest. Nothing is urgent. Nothing is loud. The whole world feels as though it is closing its eyes, getting ready for deep, unbroken sleep. The snow does its quiet work, flake by flake, moment by moment, until all that is left is softness. The plains, the lake, the sky, and the steady snowfall all join together in one gentle scene. Breath moves in and out in a peaceful flow. Thoughts fade into the background, like distant shapes lost behind a veil of white. The only thing that matters now is this calm, this comfort, this quiet drift toward deeper rest. Snow continues to fall, slow and light, in the easy glow of the moon. The night grows even more hushed, as if it too is ready to lie down and sleep. Everything is softened, everything is peaceful, everything settling, falling, and coming to rest in the deep, safe quiet of this winter night. The land stretches out in every direction now, wide, open, quiet. You have come to the calm center of the frozen plains, far from any shore, far from any tree or rock or cabin. Just ice and snow and the soft light of the winter night. The air is gentle here, cool against your face, still and unhurried. Breath moves in and out of your body in a slow, easy rhythm, like a small tide that knows exactly what to do. Beneath your feet, the lake is solid and steady, a deep, quiet strength holding you up. The ice seems to go on and on below, thick and calm, resting on the sleeping water. Nothing trembles, nothing strains. Above, the sky opens like a wide, dark bowl. The moon hangs quietly, patient and kind. Stars are scattered across the darkness, each one a tiny point of steady light. They seem neither close nor far, just peacefully themselves, watching over this still place. You stand in the middle of it all, at the center of a great, silent circle. No sounds but the soft whisper of your own breathing, and maybe the faintest hint of a winter breeze sliding across the snow. Everything else is very, very quiet. For a while, you simply stand. You feel your weight resting into your feet. You feel the ice holding you, the cold air around you, the open sky above. Nothing asks anything of you here. Nothing needs to be done. After a moment, you begin to turn, very slowly, not rushed, not hurried, just a gentle, careful circle in your own time. As you turn, the horizon moves around you like a smooth, endless line. No buildings, no roads, no bright, busy lights. Only the pale, wide edge where sky meets snow, all the way around. To one side, the moonlight lies across the ice in a long, soft path. It looks almost like a quiet river made of silver. To another side, the snow seems deeper, shadows resting gently in the small ridges and folds. Far off, the land rises just a little, then settles back down into distance. Each direction holds the same peaceful stillness. Each direction feels simple and kind. As you slowly complete the circle, it is as if the whole horizon has turned with you, sharing its calm from every side. You come back to your starting place and let yourself become still again. Feet planted, body loose and relaxed, shoulders soft, jaw soft, eyes soft. Now, when you look up, the sky feels almost like a quiet ocean above you. You can sense a gentle pull from it, a soft upward tug. Nothing sharp, nothing strong, just a very light, lifting feeling, as if the air itself is encouraging you to be lighter. With each slow breath, your chest rises and falls in an easy, natural way. You might notice the way your body sways just a little with each breath, like a tree in a very faint wind. The more you notice this small movement, the safer and more grounded you may feel, supported from below, opened from above. Thoughts, if they come, pass through like distant clouds. They do not need to stay. They do not need to be chased away. They can simply drift on across the wide space of your mind, touching nothing, leaving no mark. Here in this open center, time softens. Minutes and moments lose their edges. There is just this gentle now, and then another gentle now, and another, all flowing together like slow, clear water. The stillness under your feet feels deep and patient. You may imagine the layers of ice spreading out into the distance, pressed flat by cold and time. Beneath that, the dark water resting. Beneath that, the earth itself, solid and calm and very old. That quiet strength seems to rise up through the ice into your feet, filling your legs with heaviness and ease. Your whole lower body can feel heavy and safe, like a stone placed carefully on soft ground, held, settled, secure. At the same time, the sky above feels light and spacious. Your chest and shoulders can feel lighter, as though something has gently unhooked from them and floated away. You do not have to hold anything up. You do not have to carry anything here. Between earth and sky, your body rests in the middle, like a small, calm island between two gentle seas, rooted below, open above, quiet at the center. If any small sound reaches you, it only deepens the stillness. The soft crunch of snow under a tiny shift of your weight, the far-off whisper of the wind, even your own breath passing in and out becomes part of the quiet, like a lullaby that you do not even need to hear to feel. The cold night wraps around you, not harsh, not biting, just clean and clear. The air feels pure here, simple. Each inhale brings in that simplicity. Each exhale lets go of something you no longer need. You might sense how far you are from the edges now. The shores have fallen away into darkness and distance. No clutter of trees or rocks or buildings. Only this wide white stillness under a patient sky. In this open space, nothing is rushed. Nothing has to arrive. Nothing has to leave. You are already at the quiet center of things, where the world seems to pause and rest. Your mind begins to move more slowly. Thoughts stretch out and thin, like faint lines in the snow that the wind gently smooths over. Even feelings calm and soften, as if they have found a place to sit down and relax beside you. You might notice a soft warmth in your chest, as if a small, steady light has appeared there, not bright, not burning, just a warm, gentle glow that spreads slowly outward. That warmth reaches into your shoulders, relaxing them. It drifts down your arms, into your hands and fingers, leaving every muscle looser, heavier, more peaceful. It moves up into your neck and along your jaw, easing any last tightness. Your face grows calm, smooth and quiet. All around you the plains rest. The snow sleeps where it lies. The ice keeps its slow, silent watch over the dark water beneath. The moon and stars shine down without effort, simply being what they are. You do not have to be anything other than what you are in this moment. Not better, not different. Just here, just breathing, just quietly existing at the heart of this still winter world. If you wish, you might feel as if you are lying back into the night sky, even while you stand. Your body remains steady on the ice, but some deeper part of you leans back into the soft, endless dark above, held by it, cradled by it. Weight begins to dissolve, just a little, as though the rules of heaviness do not quite apply in this gentle place. Time continues, but you do not need to follow it. The moon may move slowly in its path. The stars may turn their patient circle overhead. Here, at the center, it all feels still. Breath by breath, your inner world grows quieter. Each inhale gathers calm. Each exhale releases effort. What is left is something very simple and very peaceful, like a clear lake hidden far from any road. You are standing on that quiet lake now, wrapped in deep winter softness. The world is vast around you, yet it feels kind and close. Nothing presses on you. Nothing pulls at you. Just this open circle of horizon, just this steady ice beneath your feet, just this tender sky above, drawing you toward rest, toward ease, toward a silence that feels gentle and safe. Thoughts drift even farther away now, like small flakes carried off by a distant breeze. What remains is the slow rhythm of your breath, the quiet beat of your heart, and the wide, soft stillness of the plains, holding everything in a calm, moonlit embrace. Here, in this deep quiet, you can simply, no effort, no task, only the soft presence of your own being, resting at the peaceful heart of the winter night, and slowly settling into a silence that needs no words at all. Snow still whispers across the open lake, but the wind has gentled now. The wide white plain around you feels softer, quieter, as if the night itself has settled down to rest. Your footsteps have grown slower. Each step presses into the snow with a muffled, cushioned sound, then fades away behind you. Ahead, the moonlight falls in a smooth, pale sheet over the frozen lake, and along the edge, where the wind has played, a low snowdrift rises, like a soft, curved pillow. You wander toward that drift, drawn by its calm shape. The snow there has piled up in a gentle wave, its crest rounded and kind, offering a place to pause. The air feels still here, slightly sheltered, like the quiet corner of a quiet room. As you come close, the snow beneath your boots feels a little firmer, packed by the wind. You notice how it supports your weight with ease, strong and steady, holding you without effort. The frozen lake lies just below, solid and unmoving, a wide, silent foundation beneath everything. Here by the snowdrift, you stop walking. You simply stand for a moment, breathing softly, letting the stillness surround you. The faintest hush of distant wind reaches your ears, more a memory than a sound. The night holds you in an easy, unbroken calm. Now you find a sheltered hollow along the side of the drift. The snow has curled in on itself here, leaving a small protected curve, like a natural seat carved by the wind. You bend gently, reaching down with your hands, brushing a little snow aside. Your fingers move slowly, making a smooth place where your body can rest. The snow is cool against your gloves, but not harsh. It gives way under your touch, then settles again, like down in a soft pillow. Beneath that thin layer of powder, you feel the firmer snowpack, solid and reassuring, waiting to hold you. When the space feels ready, you begin to lower yourself down. Knees bend, body softens, and you sink with care into the hollow you have made. The snow receives you quietly, a gentle, muffled embrace from all sides. You notice the way it supports you, not too hard, not too soft, just enough. You shift slightly, finding the shape that fits you best. Snow presses lightly against your legs, your sides, your back. It feels like resting in the curve of a gentle hand, cradled but free. The firmness beneath you reminds you that the lake is here, holding you up without question. You lean back a little more, letting the drift rise like a cushion along your spine. The snow yields at first, then settles, forming itself to your shape. Every small adjustment sends a quiet sigh of sound through the powder. Then silence returns deeper than before. Breath falls into an easy rhythm, in and out. Cool air moves in through your nose, then leaves in a slow, warm stream. each exhale feels like it carries a little weight away, letting your chest feel lighter, looser. You allow your shoulders to soften and sink. Any tension that had gathered from walking, from holding yourself upright in the cold air, begins to melt. The drift supports your shoulders, your neck, the back of your head as you lean back further. Snow and earth together become a wide, patient cradle. Your gaze lifts toward the open sky. The moon hangs above, pale and calm, sending down a silvery glow that touches everything with gentle light. The sky feels high and vast, yet comforting, like a quiet ceiling that goes on forever. You rest your eyes there, letting them soften, letting the edges of the world grow a little blurry, a little hazy. Around you, the snow makes a soft wall of silence. Sound barely travels here, swallowed by all this white stillness. A single distant gust brushes over the lake, faint and far away, then moves on. What remains is the hush, the simple, quiet hush of winter at night. You notice the warmth gathered close to your body. Even in the cold, your own heat wraps around you under your layers, a gentle, steady warmth at your core. The snow at your sides is cool, yet strangely comforting, like the cool side of a pillow when you are warm and safe. Between the outer chill and your inner warmth, you rest in a perfect balance. The frozen lake beneath you does not move. It feels like an ancient, silent friend, wide and steady, bearing your weight as easily as it bears the snow, the sky, the moonlight. You do not have to hold yourself up. All of you can rest, fully and completely supported from below. Now your arms grow heavier, relaxing where they lie along your sides or folded gently over your middle. Fingers soften, no longer needing to grasp or reach for anything. Your legs sink into the snow's embrace, their weight given over to the ground without resistance. Your face loosens, the tiny muscles around your eyes and mouth easing into quiet. Breath continues, slow and quiet. In, soft and cool. Out, slow and warm. Each gentle breath feels like a wave moving through you, washing away any last traces of effort. Thoughts may drift in and out, like small snowflakes crossing the moonlit sky. You do not need to follow them. They can appear, glow for a moment, and then melt into the stillness. What remains is the feeling of being here, now, resting in this calm, sheltered hollow. The world around you narrows to simple sensations. The quiet weight of your body in the snow, the steady support of the frozen lake, the soft light on your closed or half-closed eyes, the slow, familiar rhythm of your breathing. You might notice how the cold air on your cheeks makes the warmth beneath your clothing feel even more comforting. Your chest rises and falls in an easy, drowsy pattern. Each exhale carries a subtle, pleasant heaviness, like sinking a little deeper into a soft bed. The snowdrift curves gently around you, a quiet boundary between you and the wide, open night. No need to go anywhere. No need to do anything. The path you walked is still there, but for now it can rest too, folded back into the darkness and the snow. Here, this small hollow in the drift, is the whole world, and it is peaceful. The sky above seems to watch over you with calm, patient eyes. The moon does not hurry. The stars do not rush. Time stretches out like the frozen lake, wide and unbroken, giving you all the space you need to simply be. If you listen beneath the silence, you might sense the slow, deep quiet of the earth itself, a stillness that has been here long before you arrived and will remain long after. It holds you without asking anything in return. You can lean into that, trusting it, letting your body grow heavier, softer, sleepier. Breath, slow and easy. Body, warm where it matters, cool where it soothes. Mind, gently dimming, like a lantern turned low. Each moment wraps itself around you like another soft blanket, one layer after another, until you are swaddled in calm. The snowdrift supports you. The frozen lake supports the drift. The wide earth supports the lake. Everything beneath you is saying the same quiet thing. Rest, rest, rest. Thoughts become fewer now, more distant, like lights far across the plains. Your awareness narrows to this quiet comfort, this gentle weight, this easy breathing. If your eyes are open, they may begin to close. If they are already closed, they may grow heavier still, lids resting like soft curtains over the night. You are safe in this small hollow of snow, cradled by the curve of the drift, sheltered by the hush of the winter air. Nothing presses on you here. Nothing is expected. You are simply allowed to be, to breathe, to drift. With each quiet breath, your body sinks a little deeper into the embrace of snow and earth. The boundary between you and the lake, plains beneath you, softens, as if you and the land are resting together. The air, the snow, the frozen water, and your own warmth all blend into one gentle field of calm. And here, in this place of deep stillness, you can let yourself surrender to rest, held from below, hushed from all sides, rocked by the steady rhythm of your own breathing. You ease into the softness of the moment and allow yourself to simply drift and quietly fade into silence. The night has grown even softer now, The cold has settled into a calm that no longer feels sharp, only still and deep and quiet. Breath moves slowly in the air, a faint cloud that fades almost as soon as it appears. Everything is at rest, and everything is at ease. Above, the winter sky opens wide and spacious. The stars feel steady and patient, hanging in the clear dark like tiny, gentle lamps. The moon is higher now, round and quiet, watching over the frozen plains. All around, there is only space and softness and silence. Clouds begin to drift across that pale moon. Not fast, not hurried, just slow and unbothered, the way a thought crosses the mind and then moves on. Each cloud is thin and light, a soft veil sliding over the face of the sky. Moonlight changes as they pass, bright, then dim, then bright again, like a slow, sleepy breath. The plains below are smooth and frozen, holding the reflections of that drifting light. Snow rests in gentle waves, faint ridges and shadows, like the quiet surface of a dreaming sea. The ice is calm and strong beneath it all, carrying the weight of the night without a sound. Only the faintest whisper of air touches the surface, then disappears into the dark. Awareness begins to float here, somewhere between sky and snow, not fixed to one place, not held down by any weight, simply hovering in the gentle space between stars above and frozen lake below. Nothing is pulling, nothing is pushing, everything is softly balanced. As clouds glide over the moon, the light on the plains slowly shifts. Pale silver becomes a muted grey, then brightens again in its own unhurried rhythm. This quiet change washes through the scene like a tide that never crashes, only rises and falls in silence. The body responds to that rhythm without effort, breath lengthening, shoulders softening, thoughts loosening. Everyday concerns feel far away now. The tasks, the plans, the questions, all of them belong to a different time, a different place. Here they are like footprints, covered by new snow, fading until they are no longer seen. Only the calm of this cold, clean night remains. The mind drifts upward toward the stars for a moment. It notices how the sky seems endless, deep and soft and open. Nothing is crowded up there, nothing is rushed. Each star has all the space it could ever need to shine gently and rest in its own small circle of light. Then awareness floats back down toward the plains, to the quiet stretch of white, unbroken and peaceful, reaching out in every direction. The frozen lake feels steady, like a familiar bed that will not move, no matter how the world turns above it. Lying here in this scene, everything is held Everything is supported. Thoughts that do not need to be held right now begin to thin out. They pass through the mind the way those clouds cross the moon. A soft arrival, a gentle passing, and then they are gone. No need to follow, no need to chase, no need to hold on. Between each breath, there is a small space, a space where nothing is required, nothing is expected. In that space, the quiet of the winter night seeps in, like cool, healing air filling an empty room. The body and mind take in only what they want and release the rest with each exhale. The longer this stillness continues, the lighter everything begins to feel, as if the body is gently loosening from gravity, not needing to press down into anything at all, as if the edges of arms and legs, of hands and feet, are getting softer, less defined. Comfort spreads like a slow wave, warm under the skin, even in the middle of the cold night air. Somewhere between the stars and the snow, a sense of floating takes shape. Not rising, not falling, just resting in midair, like a feather that has found the quietest possible place to be. Nothing is urgent here, nothing is loud, nothing asks for attention. In this soft, suspended place, the senses become gentle. Sound is hushed, as though the snow has wrapped the world in a blanket. The air feels smooth and still on the skin. The faint, silvery light from the sky above touches everything with the same calm acceptance. The mind can play with the idea of blending into this night, blending with the sky, thin and clear and endless, blending with the frozen plains, steady and grounded and patient. No need to be separate from it all. Unless that feels comfortable, it is enough simply to rest inside it. Awareness can rise with the moonlight, drifting upward through the cool air, up past the last whisper of wind, into the open, tranquil sky. Here the world looks soft and simple, just shapes and shades, dark and light. From here, even the largest worries look small, like faint marks in the snow that will soon be smoothed away. Then awareness can sink again, like a slow snowflake falling back toward the lake. Down through the quiet, through the still shapes of trees and hills, down to the frozen surface. It lands with no sound at all and simply rests, held by the strong, unmoving ice, comforted by the soft layer of snow. Each time the mind rises and falls in this way, it grows more relaxed, riding on the breath, up with the inhale, down with the exhale, up into the wide, dark sky, down into the safe winter earth, back and forth, without effort, without any need to control. Soon there is less and less difference between up and down, between sky and snow. between the world outside and the soft, drifting space inside. Everything begins to blend together, like mist, like moonlight, like the slow breath of sleep. Around this floating awareness, the winter night continues. Clouds keep moving, calm and unhurried. The moon stays steady, watching kindly over everything. The frozen plains keep shining with that quiet, muted glow. Time here feels loose, almost forgotten. Moments stretch out like long, gentle sighs. Nothing is measured, nothing is counted. Only the slow rhythm of breath and the soft beat of a resting heart mark the passing of the night. Thoughts that remain grow softer now. They lose their sharp edges, their urgency. They become like shapes seen through falling snow, hazy and indistinct, easy to look past. If they want to stay, they can. If they want to drift away, they simply drift. In this peaceful space, it is completely safe to let go. To let go of holding the body tense. To let go of holding the mind alert. To stop standing guard over the day and allow the night to stand guard instead. The winter sky offers its stillness. The frozen lake offers its strength. The snow offers its hush, wrapping everything in silence. All of it is here, all of it surrounding and supporting without asking anything in return. Breath by breath, awareness can settle deeper into comfort. The sense of weight becomes soft and pleasant, like sinking into a thick, warm blanket. The edges of thoughts blur, then gently dissolve into the quiet. What remains is only ease, only resting, only this soft, endless calm. Here, it is perfectly fine to drift, to hover in that place between waking and sleep, between thinking and dreaming. The mind may wander into gentle images, or into simple darkness, or into nothing at all. Whatever comes is welcome. Whatever does not come is welcome too. The stars above keep shining, far away and steady. The snow below keeps resting, close and still. Between them, awareness floats, rocked by the slow tides of breath and night. Safe in the cradle of this quiet winter world, soon even the sound of these words can fade into the background, like the last thin clouds sliding away from the moon, like footsteps disappearing under fresh snow. What remains is only calm, only softness, only the deep, quiet comfort of the winter sky over the frozen plains. And in that comfort, it is easy to let the mind grow heavy and loose. Easy to let the body grow warm and limp and peaceful. Easy to let everything drift, unhurried, unbothered, into whatever deep rest is ready to arrive now. Carried gently by the silent night and the slow, soothing breath into silence, returning in quiet stillness. The night has grown very quiet now. Everything feels slower, softer, and more hushed. The wide frozen plains lie in a calm silver stillness, as though they have been holding their breath for you. Moonlight rests gently on the snow, and the cold air has turned almost velvety and kind. The lake beneath the ice feels peaceful. It no longer needs to show itself or be known. It is just there, deep and steady, carrying you without effort. You are resting in the heart of a winter night that asks nothing at all from you. Each breath moves in and out like a small, slow tide, in and out. The body grows heavier, warmer, more settled with every gentle wave of air. Thoughts drift like faint clouds at the edge of the sky, soft and far away. All around, the frozen plains stretch out in every direction, and they feel endless in a comforting way. There is nothing to reach, nothing to manage or remember, just this quiet place where time has loosened its hold and simply floats beside you. Snow lies smooth and unbroken, as if the world has been wrapped in a pale, quiet blanket. The moon's reflection on the distant ice is soft and milky, as though it were painted with the faintest brush stroke. The horizon has no sharp lines now. Everything melts gently into everything else. You may notice how easy it is to remain here. No need to move, no need to choose anything. The night will hold you just as you are, whether you stay awake for a while longer or drift away into sleep. Above, the sky feels deep and calm. Stars glow quietly, like tiny embers resting in the dark. They do not try to shine any brighter. They are content with this soft, steady light, and that same contentment begins to soften through you. The frozen lake knows how to be still. It has known long winters and long nights. It does not hurry the dawn. It simply rests, and by resting, it invites you to rest too. If you wish, you can imagine lying down right here on the snow, warm and safe, wrapped in thick layers of comfort. The ice beneath is strong and unshakable. The air above is cool and gentle on your face. The sky feels like a deep, quiet ceiling of peace. Your body may feel as though it is sinking slightly, not in a falling way, but like settling more deeply into a soft bed. Muscles release their hold, one by one, in their own time. The weight of the day slips away without a sound, like snowflakes melting on the warm surface of a lake. There is only ease now. In the distance, the moonlit lake surface begins to feel a little farther away. Not gone, just gently receding, as dreams do when they have given you what you needed. Its shining path grows softer, more hazy, like a memory already turning kind and sweet. You know you could walk there again whenever you wish, but there is no need to move at all. The cold light becomes softer, touched with a warmth that seems to rise from within. Your own warmth, quiet and steady, spreads through your chest, your shoulders, your arms and hands, down into your back and hips, legs and feet. Everything is calmly warmed from the inside, while the winter night surrounds you like a cool, protective shell. Breaths are smoother now, almost transparent. You may hardly notice them, yet they go on supporting you, gently, faithfully, in and out. Each exhale loosens you a little more, as though tiny knots within are untying themselves in silence. The planes around you become softer at the edges, like a picture slowly drifting out of focus. You still know they are there, endless and safe, yet your attention rests more on the feeling than on the shapes. The feeling of open space, of quiet, of being completely allowed to rest. If any thought comes, it can arrive like a small snowflake, light, harmless. It lands and disappears, melting back into stillness before it has time to become anything more. You might imagine the lake now as a circle of faint light far away, not lost, only distant, as though you are watching it through the veil of a gentle dream. Its surface is smooth, its glow is calm, and it does not call you to do anything. It is simply there, a quiet friend waiting at the horizon of your mind. The sound of the night is the sound of quiet itself, a vast, soft hush, as though the whole landscape is listening to your breath. Nothing disturbs this silence. Even your heartbeat joins it, slow and unhurried, part of the deep rhythm of the frozen earth. Here decisions have no weight. You do not need to decide whether to sleep or to stay awake or to think or to stop thinking. Everything is allowed to come and go, like the pale light of the moon moving across the ice. Nothing is wrong. Nothing is urgent. You may stay resting on these frozen plains for as long as you wish, wrapped in a stillness that is kind and gentle. You might feel the soft pressure of the earth beneath you, strong and reassuring. You might feel the light touch of the air around you, cool and clean. You might feel the warmth of your own body, like a small glowing hearth in the middle of winter. Or the scene may slowly drift away, fading at its own quiet pace. The details of the snow and the lines of the horizon can grow dim. The lake becomes only a suggestion, a gentle awareness at the back of the mind. Then even that can soften until all that remains is the feeling of calm and warmth it left behind. That feeling can rest in your chest, like a soft ember, glowing faintly. It does not need tending or effort. It simply stays, giving off a steady, quiet comfort. Each breath fans it ever so slightly, keeping it alive without any work from you. Whether the image of the plains is clear or already far away, the ease of this moment is still here. The sense of being supported, the sense of being allowed to pause, the sense that everything important is already taken care of, at least for now. Your body knows how to follow this softness. It knows how to sink into the space between words, into the silence between breaths. It knows the path into rest, the way the snow knows how to fall, the way the lake knows how to sleep beneath the ice. You do not need to guide it. You can simply allow it to find its own slow way. If sleep comes, it can approach like the deep blue of the night sky, quietly covering everything in a gentle shade. If sleep does not come yet, that is also welcome. You can simply float here, weightless in this winter calm, with nowhere to go and nothing to do. Both are peaceful, both are good. The moonlit lake is now a soft echo, a tender memory of light on ice. The vast plains are a feeling more than a picture, a broad open field of quiet inside you. The night gathers around, protective and kind, like a great soft cloak drawn close. You are safe within it. Now the words can begin to thin out, like snowflakes falling more and more slowly through the air. Silence grows wider between each sound. The mind can float in that silence, unbothered, unhurried. Nothing is needed. Stay resting here in this stillness and warmth for as long as you wish. Let the scene remain or let it drift, growing faint and far away. Only the calm remains close, breathing with you, soft and easy. And now everything can grow very quiet, very gentle, very still.